So for a few years now, Asperger's hasn't been diagnosed as Asperger's, it's been diagnosed as Autism Spectrum disorder. So I want to dive into that as to why. Hey everyone, I'm Jaxby, and welcome to Jaxby Life on the Spectrum. Now, I want to be real with all of you. Personally, my current diagnosis is high functioning autism spectrum disorder level 2. Previously it was a high functioning variant of autism spectrum disorder, and it was level 1. But my initial diagnosis all the way back in 2006 or 2007 was Asperger's syndrome. So I have been diagnosed with both Asperger's and ASD. It's great. Now, to how I understand it, so how it's been explained to me is that autism and Asperger's are very similar, where Asperger's isn't as bad, isn't the correct wording. Strong isn't the correct wording either. If you're going to say one is, I guess, lesser than, would be Asperger's, because generally you can not necessarily function from day to day, but where Asperger's sits in the autism spectrum of disorders is usually high functioning, where you can do other things. You can dress yourself, you can feed yourself, you can generally function as a human being, but you still have challenges. So it makes Asperger's and autism very similar, and I even think down to like traits, symptoms, they are very, very similar, especially like in early years and whatnot, where autism might have a couple of extra things that the Asperger's people have, but nonetheless they are excessively similar to how I've been told. And let's face it, both of them are neurological conditions. Pretty simple. I do think that I am of the belief that there's more than autism and Asperger's syndrome underneath the autism spectrum of disorders. What the others are, personally, I don't know. Not because I don't want to know, not because I do want to know, more so because I'm just trying to deal with my own shit. But to how I understand it, the purpose of Asperger's being a ASD disorder, condition, whatever you want to call it, is to, one, better diagnose autism. I think that's why they've done the spectrum, I guess, of however many conditions there are, is to help better diagnose those conditions that are very similar to autism. So as better diagnose autism, instead of it being a black and white yes or no, it's now a case of where are you on it. So it allows for a better, more specific diagnosis of the condition, or of these conditions, so that not only is it one easy to diagnose, but also this help and support that you get is easier and better. As someone that's low functioning, autism will have different challenges to someone that's like me, high functioning, and vice versa, but also two people that are high functioning autism will have different challenges to one another. And being able to go, well, here's where you are on the spectrum, means that there's better space and room to provide help for those people. But anyway, that's my thoughts on the topic. Personally, I do want to... I've been doing a lot of why and how and whatnot, and I feel like I'm deviating from what I want to be doing for the channel, so I'm going to try and make a couple of changes so that I'm doing what I want to be doing, which is a bit more how I deal with things like my day-to-day life sort of stuff, being on the spectrum. So yeah, I hope that you're watching me in my next video. Hit that subscribe button down below as well as the like button, bell notification. You know the drill by now. And yeah, hopefully you'll see me in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.